Salutations everyone, it's me, Captain Starry Night Sky, and I'm gonna be honest, I've sat down with this footage time and time again, recording and re-recording and constantly scrapping the VO for it. Usually I write a script for these types of things. However, with this particular sketchbook, I just honestly had nothing to say about it. So I'm actually gonna jump into the review right now and maybe play some music over. All of this is improvised. I just scrapped the script. There was just so many problems when it came to recording this VO, whether it would be my neighbors being too loud, my family being home and I'd be unable to record, my dogs barking, just a lot of things kept popping up and I was just getting frustrated. I just want to get this video out so I can move on to another project. So with this sketchbook, it's not filled with my favorite work. There were a few studies here and there that I liked that I'll probably point out when I see it, because I am watching the footage right now as I'm recording this. But the paper quality was just, the graphite smeared so easily when drawing with ballpoint pen. If you press too hard, it would indent into the next page. Same with marker, it would bleed through even with simple Crayola markers, and overall I just had a hard time drawing in it. I do like some of the little doodles I made. I'd actually like to finalize some of them, but it's not something I would carry around with me and use as a portfolio piece, if that makes sense. I wouldn't use this to promote myself or my work if I were to go to, say, a convention with other artists or asking for critiques about it, because I see a lot of things that I did wrong in the sketchbook. I see a lot of things I did right, and I just like to move on, especially now that I actually do have a few sketchbooks that I am proud of and I can't wait to film one once I'm finished with them, and the paper quality is way better than this one. I will try to find links to this one. I got the sketchbook during middle school, which was probably 5 to 6 years ago. I didn't touch it until 2017 because, if you notice, the cover was of a Vincent van Gogh painting, and I just never felt like I was good enough to draw in a sketchbook. I just wasn't worthy of drawing in a sketchbook with Vincent van Gogh's art on it. But honestly, I don't want to talk too bad about it, but just the paper is looking back now is not what I would expect with the Vincent van Gogh cover on it, you know? I'm stumbling on my words. So yeah, honestly, looking through this, like, I feel like you could see how uncertain I was, how hesitant I was with a lot of the stuff I did. A lot of the things came out stiff, they don't flow right. It's just really wonky looking at this footage right now. So yeah, to sort of fill in time, I've also been working on things outside of YouTube videos, whether it was working or trying to find work. I've been working on, well, I had a job, I got laid off, I believe the term is, because the place closed down. In the meantime, I've been working on commissions here and there. I actually, I recently started playing Dungeons and Dragons with a group of friends of mine, and I was inspired to develop more of the character I was playing, and it sort of spun off into a comic series, which was something I had been working on from the month of August to this month of October. It took a really long time with writing and editing, scripting. I'm doing everything by myself right now. The only thing that I collaborate with when working on this is when I send it to my test readers, and they go over and make sure there's no mistakes. They tell me if there's something wrong, or if what the character's saying is awkward or doesn't flow well. But overall, I'm doing the scripting, thumbnails, sketches, line art, coloring, finalization, edits, speech and text bubbles, and then I upload it onto Webtoon. I'm really excited for it, which is why this is also another reason why it took so long for me to upload. I also recently launched a Redbubble store, which I'm very excited about. I hosted a poll on Twitter, and some of you voted, hey, yeah, I'd like some of your art on stuff and stickers, and I'll order it. So I figured, hey, why not? I'll do it. It's something that I don't have to worry about making everything myself. I'd like to get to that point eventually, but since I'm barely starting out on my comic and trying to keep up with streaming and making videos, and I'll most likely be going back to school next semester or getting another job, I just don't think I have time for that at the moment. And then I am looking into getting into cosplay. It's something I've been wanting to tackle for years now. I feel like I make it like a New Year's resolution every year, but I just never make time for it because I'm always focusing on my art. I'm hoping I can have at least 3 cosplays for next year, and a fully animated video next year as well. I'm also in the process of working on maps and a lot of other things while I've been away from this channel. As for streaming, I recently finished playing through Season 2 of Walking Dead, another thing I was putting off for the longest of time, and I'm so happy that I finally finished. And then I am going to be streaming Season 3 soon, so if you want to check that out, make sure to go look in the description down below for links to my Twitch channel. And I think that's all I have to say. I'm not sure how to format this. I've never really improvised like this before, which is probably why I can I'll have a hard time editing out the audio, so I'm sorry if you hear my animals in the back. Like I said, I just wanted to get this video out. Oh gosh, this is so messy. This is why I make scripts. I have, so I do have a couple of videos planned for this month. Before I forget to mention, I'm going to be putting out 2 new speed paints, of course, as they go in between each major upload. And then my next sort of quote big video is going to be of my Inktober drawings from 2017. I never finished them, but I feel like it'd be interesting to showcase in the video since I'm also tackling Inktober again this year. I'm trying to finish this time. Last year I only got 22 days in, and right now it's day 13 at the time I'm recording this. So I'm hoping to do all 31 days and it's like a goal for me right now. Oh boy, my dog's barking. Hold on. I forgot what I left on. The last thing I remember talking about was Inktober, so I'm really bent on finishing this year. And I think it'll also make a good video looking through each piece, because so far I'm pretty happy with all the pieces I've made so far. This year, well actually for all of the years I'm concerned, I've attempted Inktober 3 times, I believe. 2017 was the farthest I've gotten. Each year, I always try to do it traditionally, whether it be with ink, Sharpie, ballpoint pens, any of that. So if I'm able to finish Inktober all the way through this year, I'm honestly not sure if I'll do it again next year, to be honest. If I were to do it again next year, I'll probably do it digitally, because I like trying to balance everything I'm trying to do right now, even while I'm not in school or working. It's just a little stressful for me, because traditional art takes a while for me, especially in my home, because the lighting isn't good. So there's only a certain time of day that I can get certain things done, which is the morning, and my sleep schedule is messed up. And plus, I like to stream early in the morning, so that conflicts with each other, and I don't exactly have the setup to be streaming and doing Inktober at the moment. And then with writing a comic and editing, doing everything, I don't think I'd be able to do it if I'm still working on the comic next year, and I don't believe it'll be done next year. I don't even think I'll be halfway through my comic next year because of how long it's taking. I am trying my best to shorten the process. My first chapter came out this month, and I'm hoping to have the next chapter out by December, and I'm hoping to have the chapter after that out by January. So it's just going to be a little hard switching between mediums constantly, and it's a good thing to still be doing traditional art and digital art. There's a lot to learn between the two, but just working between 2 projects like that is a little difficult right now, for me at least. And with all the tools, because it's a little hard to keep supplies up with traditional art versus digital art, because markers cost money, paint costs money, ink costs money, even simple like ballpoint pens, like all that adds up, and it's messy, and sometimes a lot of it goes to waste, and it's just something I'd like to minimize on for the time being until I have a bigger workspace for it. So yeah, as for Redbubble, I'll include links in the description. Those take a while too, because I don't have a lot of art that I feel proud enough to, be like, hey, I'm gonna put this on a shirt and I'm Gucci, a lot of the designs that you'll see on my store, most of it is going to be stuff I've worked on behind the scenes, and I usually don't release the art until I have it up on Redbubble. So a lot of that is like my comic, I work on it in the background. I don't post much about it until I have the product ready. Yeah, I feel like I keep trying to end this, but then I find more things to say. I'm sorry if I'm babbling a lot, but like I said, I don't have a script for this, Oh gosh, looking through this art, I just want to remake most of it. A lot of the characters I made in the sketchbook I still like, and I'd like to develop them more and actually make a few other comics about them, but I'm just diving into comics more seriously now, and I just don't have the skills to multitask between 3 of them right now, you know? I know some of you followed me for animation. I think I can talk about that for a little bit. I am working on a few things. Like I mentioned before, I'm a part of a map that I'm trying to get done as soon as possible. But as for standalone projects, I've been really anxious about it. There are a lot of things I want to do. I've just been scared because a lot of it involves like using copyrighted music, and I don't want to, you know, get a copy strike or anything. But it's, you know, it's hard, and I don't want to just, you know, rip off someone's songs and use it as my own, because it's to me it's almost the same as taking someone's art and using it as their own, which is kind of weird because a lot of people disregard that when they make these kinds of videos. So I've been trying to develop like little shorts, and I always get stuck in the I believe it's the pre-production stage where I have to do the scripting and the storyboarding, and then when I finally get to the animation part with the backgrounds and stuff, it just always like throws me off a bit. But I'm trying to work through it. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to advertise I'm gonna have something out soon if, you know, like the file crashes or I just decide to scrap the whole thing. So we'll see if... Oh, this is one of the few things I liked about the sketchbook, the little biography they have of Vincent van Gogh. But if I have something, I will advertise it. I will post trailers of it. I'll post it all over my social media. Like, you will know when I have something. But as for right now, I've just been focusing on comics, my Redbubble, streaming, and making these videos. But we'll see what the future holds. Next year will be a new year, or next month will be a new month, and so on and so forth. So we'll see. But as this footage comes to an end, I will try to find the links to the sketchbook if you're interested in trying it out. I'd probably give it a good 3.5 out of 10. I feel kind of weird giving it such a low score. I don't know if I scored my last one. It was fun to doodle in with ballpoint pen. If I were to get it again, it'd be completely dedicated to pen. I wouldn't use pencil in it, but it just wasn't. It's not a sketchbook that comes to mind when I am going out to get a new one, you know? So if I can find a link to the sketchbook, I will link in the description if you're interested in purchasing it for your own use. And I will also link to sketchbooks that I do enjoy using, that I do enjoy the paper quality, and what I believe are good sketchbooks. And yeah, thank you for watching. Check the description down below for my social media pages. Let me know how you liked this video. Do you like it better when it's scripted? Do you like it better when I'm just rambling like this? Would you rather me next time actually focus on the contents of the sketchbook and the quality and put more thought into what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to check out my comic, my Redbubble store. If you follow me on Instagram, that's where I update my story a lot on what I'm doing. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm constantly tweeting about every little thing, from when I think I'll be releasing a new video, a new drawing. Like, almost everything I do usually gets posted on Twitter first. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry, I know it's been a while, but I'll try to keep this train going. I'll try to be more frequent with my uploads, but we'll see. And yeah, that's it. Farewell, and don't die.